I'm reviewing that today. And I'm eating cherries, and James and the dogs are eating.
Oh, this is a series, right? Shadow Bridge and Lord Tophet?
Yeah, well, I already reviewed Shadow Bridge.
Okay, so that's just a review.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
look at Elvis. Wow.
I know, he's so excited.
Yeah, he's so
I made
excited.
the fish today.
So where's Angel?
Oh. Well, I didn't bring her out. You'll have to save some for her. Or I'll get her later.
Okay, guys.
I'll get her while there's a mosquito. Anyway, Lord Tophet. So this is the second book, and this is Lord Tophet is the completion of a 2-book adventure. So this was the first one, and this is the
go.
And I enjoyed the story quite a lot, but it felt like the author had decided to wrap things up without enough descriptions of Tophet and the chase and escape one would expect and need in order to really get into the defeat of Tophet. Sure, we can see that Tophet is a bad guy who needs to be defeated. We don't even have enough romance here. Honestly, this could have been a lot better. Also, the bridge pictures on the covers of these 2 books are far too narrow for us to believe the travelers would need a map in the first book. And there isn't enough, well, any explanation for why everyone lives on bridges. There was a myth of sorts about the original architect in the first book, a puppet story, basically. But the story wasn't satisfactory. One man cannot build such things on his own. The author could have churned out a dozen stories that kept adding little bits to fill out the story and fill in the gaps. Too bad. I'd hoped for more. The author has talent. I will try reading more of his work. So, like I said, it was well written. I was enjoying it. And then it was just, there needed to be way more than these 2 books for this story. So, lots of mosquitoes getting you, hey?
They're
terrible. Okay, well, you start talking about a book. I'm going to go get Angel.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't get all the bones out. I thought for sure I had.
No, it's impossible to get them all. Okay, folks, at home. Ear voice. Air voice. Karl Rákóczi. I think it's Hungarian, it would be Rákos. But he probably went by, maybe still goes by Rákóczi or Rákos. Anyway, S's in Hungarian tend to be pronounced more like our SH's in it. But it might not be Hungarian. I know someone whose last name is Rákos. She called herself Rákos.
I know, it's so fun.
It's her choice. That's what I called her. Anyway, published 1971, back in the day when the hippie thing was still going. I suspect this guy was maybe more like a beatnik, but maybe a hippie dippy stuff. Maybe it was something totally different. Anyway, this is poems collected or selected, probably, from 68, maybe collected from 68 to 71. And it's a little over 90 pages.
Help us go. You're scaring her.
Some of these things are after Solomon ibn Gabirol, after Moses ibn Ezra. That might have been the guy that Robert Browning styled as Ben Ezra. I'm not sure.
I guess she said that.
But yeah, I don't mind him calling those. He says after, so they're probably poor translations. But
you don't want it?
meditation, I don't mind that. He's got after Solomon ibn Gabirol, a lamentation. That's okay. Meditation, lamentation. Later on in the book, he's got things. Song after Jehuda Halevi or Halevi. Song. Well, it might have been in the original, but it's not a song. It's not even a poem. Or as flunkies like this guy would have it, verse. So I put that in, as the English call it, what is it? What do they call it? Inverted commas? We call them quotation marks. Drinking song after Moses ibn Ezra. That might have been a song in the original, but it's not a song anymore. It's written in prose. That's not poetry, and it's particularly not a song. So here's some more so-called songs. It might have been in the original after Jehuda Halevi, after Moses Ibn Ezra. No, don't call them something that they're not. Short story. It looks awfully short for a short story, but I'm telling you, not short enough. Yeah, that's what I put. Not short enough, I'm afraid. I didn't even bother writing afraid. I just put I just deleted the A. So I'll be older, he says, and I put, but not wiser, I suspect, or I'm afraid. No, it's how can you tell it's poetry? Not just because it's being styled that way. We don't see anything that really characterizes it as poetry. It's prose. But toucan, we meet again. I don't know.
At least there's
for a
punctuation in it.
quixotic tongue. That's how you know it's poetry. Oh, you sound like Walt Whitman. Ooh, ee. Yeah. So, like this is back in the day. I'm embarrassed. I crossed the and the O out, but I'm going to erase the cross, the X's, and I put. I've reread this, right? So I put in brackets there. I'm going to erase that clause. I don't believe, unlike Jacques Derrida, I don't believe in crossing stuff out, Xing it out, whatever. Fiddling around. It's just garbage. He seems to have been influenced by William Carlos Williams. Where does he had some sort of jibber jabber about William Carlos Williams? He had something done in I think he called it triads. Like something like stanzas. Misshapen rooms. Maybe you understand what stanza means, at least originally, and maybe you understand my little, I don't know, pun or something like that. Code meditation, covered that poem. It's not a poem. I didn't even put that in quotation marks. The ulcers, conversation in a hotel room. Well, it's not really like a conversation. Don't call it a conversation. It's something this idiot dreamt up in his head. What other? 4-part invention for the organ. Organ gapes. I think it's a pun on Oregon, the medieval character. And would speak. Speak! Are you tormented? I hear the stone of sound. Deus in reeds. God in reeds. Stuff like that. Ooh, like Oregon. See, like a pun on origin. Cut his balls off there. So of course he has to cut the line after balls. Like woo, E.E. Cummings. Watch out. So, like if I were like a lot of people, I just toss it out in the garden, but it wouldn't mulch terribly well. Right? So I don't believe in tossing this sort of stuff up. I don't believe in censorship and so on and so forth. I don't believe in destroying books. I don't believe, incidentally, in destroying artwork, and that includes statues. You flunkies out there ripping statues down and so on and so forth, and basically triggering people, making nuisances of yourself. Like if you got a problem with a statue, make a commentary that's different than, okay, here's Sir John A. Macdonald or John A. Macdonald. I don't believe in the Sir sort of stuff. Here's John A. Macdonald. He had a problem with creating residence schools and things like that. Bad legacy, so on and so forth. Put a little commentary on there, but show a little bit of class. When you go destroying statues, what is that when you just... I don't care how bad a work of art it is. It's a crime against humanity. Wake up. Of course, you guys come from the Stalin stream of things. You think I'm melodramatizing. But I'm not. I know what you guys will be like when you get in power, or if you get in power. I don't think you will, but never can tell. I know you'll be coming looking for me. Okay. Anyway. Okay, Angel.
I don't
Okay.
think she wants it anymore.
Yes, she does. Oh, you gave her some?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she might not. Angel, come here, please. Yeah, get away from that garbage. I don't want you eating that garbage along with
Are
the
you
fish.
done reviewing the books?
No, that. I'm going to talk about the other one. Angel, please come closer. She's sitting in a
She
pile.
doesn't want to.
She's looking for it. See? This is the good son and the bad son. Okay, born to rebel. So you folks out there who are academics,
found it.
successful academics at university, if you haven't already tuned out, or just tuned off. Born to rebel. I read this just before I got cancer. Well, I had cancer probably 10 years before that, but just before I was started getting into the last stage of multiple myeloma, third and last stage. And yeah, the third stage is the last stage. Fourth stage is 6 feet out. Most cancers, they go with fourth stage. Birth order, family dynamics, and creative lives. So, you know, I've got to say, I'm not the oldest born, nor am I the youngest born. In my family, I'm second born. I'm a middle child. So, I know one professor, I was talking about birth order. He didn't know where I was going. I didn't know. I thought he was a middle child. He's relatively like that. Well, I was mentioning birth order. Yeah, he said, yeah, he'd actually been to Harvard. His master's. And he said, there was one class where a professor asked, show of hands now, how many of you are firstborn? Sea of hands go up. Now, it's like a high wind on the sea. Sea of hands. Woo! You know? Oldest. Successful in everything except creativity. So this guy maintains, now I wouldn't be surprised if it's something close to the truth, that middle born, maybe even younger children, by comparison with at least oldest sons, are more flexible mentally at age 80 than the oldest child, the oldest son, is at age 25. 80 versus 25. In my limited experience, it's not enough to be statistically significant. It's true in so many cases, I suspect. It's true in the cases I know.
That women will make better I don't know, leaders of industry or
they might,
something.
you know.
Given the birth order thing, because
when
it
you
doesn't work.
when you look at IQ, it tends to be higher for firstborns and stuff like that. So one thing this guy points out, and I've noticed it in certain situations, he says it's not the way for girls or women who were firstborn. They tend to be, if there's only two girls in the family, the more creative one tends to be the older one. The more conventional one tends to be the younger one. Now, the important thing is, if a person knows about this tendency, or what's perceived to be by this author, Frank J. Sullivan, the important thing is to fight against the tendency. Because I don't think birth order should be destiny. It should be, you know, and I fought against destiny if what he says is true. He actually says that second-born boys are the least likely to be interested in a variety of things. And that's not the way in my family. And I don't know too many people that are interested in more things than I am. I think I work against type there, if indeed it is a type. So the challenge is, if you're a firstborn, especially a firstborn son, fight against the tendency to be conventional. This guy says it's a right-wing, left-wing thing. What's left-wing nowadays, what's thought of as left-wing, is right-wing. Put that straight. Left-wing is people who believe in democracy. Left-wingers nowadays are pretty, I'm not talking about communists only. They're pretty weak on democracy. They don't really believe in it. They're saying, oh, you look at all these parliamentarians, you look at all these Democrats that are out there doing this and that around the world and stuff like that. Okay. Look at the British parliamentarians, and they kind of gave up on their empire. Basically, without a shot fired. It helped Gandhi was believed in pacifism. And practiced it. When you look at Russia with Ukraine, they're stomping all over the Ukrainians even as we speak. I'm using that figure. The stomping's done with bombs and missiles. And of course with troops doing war crimes and things like that. We're not going to go into detail about the kind of stuff that they do. But it's pretty sad, and more than pretty bad. Hey Elvis, there you go. Try that on for size. He liked it. Okay, do you want to come over here?
He says he wants.
He wants some.
Elvis, you're getting a little close to the plate.
You're getting a little fresh there. The Fresh Prince of Los Angeles, of Lethbridge, Alberta, LA. There we go. Good guy. Yeah, that's how some people in Lethbridge, Alberta style Lethbridge, Alberta.
Yeah.
LA. Little LA, it's very, very small. You've heard of Little LA? Little Italy? This is Little LA up here. Why embarrass yourself that way? Yeah, we got a twin city from the urban sprawl of Los Angeles. I think it's Culver City. Formerly, it might still be a little bit, formerly a bit of a movie center and so on and so forth.
Boy, oh boy.
It's probably pretty dumpy now. But
do you have anything else to talk about? I want to go in.
Yeah, we should go in. I'll talk more about this Born to Rebel. I've already mentioned it several times. So steel yourselves for future encounters.